My hopes for my futures is to possibly go to SCAD, which is an art school in Atlanta or Savannah. I really want to follow my dreams of becoming an animator or a illustrator for a really good book company for children mostly. And I'd want to entertain kids because I grew up being entertained by stuff that I love, and I want to hopefully make people feel the same way I did for some things. That is my goal.
For my future academically, I plan on going to probably like a good college. If I can go, I would prefer to go out of state. But if I do go in state, probably like Georgia Tech or something, get like a master's, so I'll be able to like go off, like become a psychiatrist and get a stable career, something like that.
My hopes for my future are either a marine biologist or a chef because I love to cook, and for marine biologist is because I love sea animals.
My hopes for my future are to go off to college, set a life for myself, really build a foundation. I don't want to go into my life expecting things to be handed to me. I feel like I need to work for those things.
10 years from now, I would like to have my own business.
A business owner and a teacher.
10 years from now, let's see, 26. I would have to say just working an everyday job, having a house, hopefully kids, just basically starting out normal, keep things going slow and easy, but build as I go.
The ways I learn best are mostly if I'm being taught directly, then I'm most likely to understand what you're talking about way more than you were if you were not talking to me indirectly.
The ways that I learn best is usually in a classroom with like a teacher who's able to communicate my learning needs or the way I'm able to learn into like easier ways. But in terms of learning styles, it'd be like certain like writing things down or getting visual examples.
In person, because when we was doing virtual, I had trouble with the systems. So either way, in person or doing anything in person, it'll be helping me.
Things that make me interested in school are more career path type of courses, I would say.
First, the things that make me interested in school are things like, even though I don't participate in them too much, it'd be things such as clubs, teams, or extracurricular activities that kind of like make school more enjoyable, that include like more social activities, someone with social anxiety.
The things that make me interested in school are taking notes, being able to do classwork, be able to speak to my teachers, and just to learn.
What are the things that make me interested in school? I'd have to say on a daily basis, I walk in and I'm already feeling like I'm welcome. For me, I don't have this issue, but I feel as though for people who aren't or do not have great home settings, I feel like school in itself is a home away from home.
What would happen in my classroom would be to have an area where everybody can read and have different subjects to learn, and also a little area where people can relieve their stress and any personal things that are happening.
The thing that would happen in my ideal type of school would probably be, I would say, more hands-on learning and more learning where people are able to understand the questions easily.
Mostly disciplined children. I would definitely like the teachers to be kind of loud and outgoing. I love that about teachers. I'm always taught, if I'm taught like that, then I just love the school. That's why I love Miller so much.
For my personal future that I feel as if I could be doing every day in school, I feel as if it'd be something like like interviewing other people, because you like I have to do that as of now, and I do have issues with doing that. But I feel as if I got used to doing that and talking to other people, I feel like that really helped me to be able to interview people in the future.
Filing for taxes. That I'd have to say that is probably, because I turned 16, I got a job. That's probably the one thing that I noticed, like, that is, I know it's not usually taught in high school, but it's something that needs to be taught. A lot of people don't know how to put down payments on things and basically do what grown-ups do in an everyday setting.
A teacher would be nice, kind, helpful. She can help us with our learning, and she understands our personal problems.
Short, have a mohawk, and likes fashion.
The ideal teacher to me would probably be a teacher that's understanding of the students and also helps kids learn in a way that they're best able to.
I would say just making us create our own goals, like we do sometimes at Miller. We do this kind of leadership thing some mornings, and I feel like that helps me a lot to understand where I want to be and when I want to be, pretty much.
To help us with certain subjects, to help us learn certain things with studying, to help us with practicing and just teaching us.
Showing care. It's always best to have somebody there who cares, but I don't know, especially in this day and age, the world is just so tough on people. Things are getting to the point where people are calling these people out for this and that, so I feel as if care is probably the best.
The things that I would probably change about the school system if I was a superintendent would probably be the way that classes are scheduled and the way that they're taught. So, like, for example, I would say more inclusive, so more classes that involve like what we will be doing after school, like once we graduate. So more classes based on actual career paths other than nursing fields or the basic ones.
Not much. I would say parent involvement, definitely. I feel like there needs to be a little bit more parent involvement, but other than that, I think it's pretty good right now.
As of now, I think there's a lot of things. I feel like there's a lot of ifs and what ifs, and like that I would want to change if I was a superintendent. As of now, there's really nothing too urgent. I feel there's a lot of people talk about this already, but it's the dress code, right? Because like a lot of people complain like, oh, this could be too revealing, this could be too much. I feel as if that should be like situated in like a different way than it's being presented as of now, right? Because in some cases, a student could be wearing too covered up. In some schools, it'll be like you can't show your shoulders and stuff like that. Sometimes it'll be too extreme. Sometimes it'll be too lenient. So I feel that should be something that should be focused on.
Anything I would change as being superintendent would be food choices, more healthier foods, and extra curriculum.
I would know by seeing that pretty much every student is passing and that they know what they're going to do in the future.
Like they had good grades in all of the classes. They have good behavior.
Community outreaches. I feel like as if a school is flourishing and if your student body is flourishing, I feel like you shouldn't keep that within the school walls. Everybody knows what goes on within the school walls, but like let it out. Yeah, I want to hear from other people, hey, I want my kids going to that school, rather than them just saying, okay, we have to put them in school here because this is our district, or this is where we live closest near. Like, they need to have a want to come to this school.